Hey guys, Chef Scott Pearson from Infusion here, and what we're doing today is the great oxtail cook-off. And what we're doing is we're taking Deanne's famous, and I do mean famous, short rib recipe, and we're putting it into our oxtail dish. And the best way to describe her short rib recipe, it's got a real southern charm to it. There's some chili in there, some basic gravy, and it's going to be made over mashed potatoes infused with a cilantro pesto. It's going to be outrageous. What we're doing is we're actually going to take some steps from the old Italian dish, the ossobuco, and we're going to turn the oxtail into an ossobuco infusion style. So first thing we're going to do is we have our oxtail here, and we're going to take our oxtail, and we want to aggressively season it, okay? Now we have here some gray salt, and I like to use gray salt because it's in its purest form. It is from the sea, as opposed to that stuff, the iodized garbage, pretty much. What we do is really season that aggressively with the gray salt. Okay. And some fresh cracked black pepper. Okay, our pan's ready. Oxtail's going in. And that's the sound, again, it's the sound of food cooking right there. That's what we want to hear. We want to get good caramelization all around. And we want to sear all sides. Okay, now I'm going to see if these are about ready to be turned. Okay, see, that's what we're looking for right there. That beautiful caramelization seals in all the seasoning, gives it a nice crust on the outside. You want to get all sides of it. Okay, guys, now that we've seared off our oxtail, we added onions, garlic. We kept those whole. Normally you chop them up for the sauce. What we want to do here is we're almost steeping that into the braising liquid, and we're going to strain it later and make a beautiful sauce. We'll show you how to do that afterwards, okay? And what we did is we added some ancho chili powder, red wine vinegar, more of the gray salt, black pepper, and a little chili paste, okay? So what we're doing now, what we're doing is taking some chicken stock, and you're asking yourselves, why is he using chicken stock as opposed to beef? Well, the oxtail has so much, they're so rich, and with the bone marrow content, it's going to be a very extremely rich, deep sauce. So I want to use a lighter stock, like a chicken stock, to kind of break that through, and this way I can bring the sauce up to its own consistency, instead of being forced to go with it as it's going with all the proteins in there and the marrow. And I'm adding a little stock, any store-bought stock. I happen to be using one from my old boss. And here we go, just a little bit in there. 3/4 of the way up. Then we're going to put the lid on. Lower the heat. Okay, now that we've finished braising our oxtails, what we're doing is we're putting together a nice dish to really go with the fall weather, coming in a little cooler. Want things a little more hearty for that warm feeling inside when it's cold out. So what we did was we did an infusion style shepherd's pie, deconstructed. And let me show you what that's all about. Okay, what we did here is I made a gravy. It's not a sauce, it's a gravy. So the difference between the two, a sauce is more refined. It's got more of a sheen. It's thin, almost translucent, really nice. But a gravy is a little more heartier, and it really goes well with this type of dish. Okay, so what we're going to start to do here is I'm just going to coat the plate, bottom of the plate, with a little bit of the gravy, like so. Okay, even it all up in the reservoir. Okay, then what I did is I took some snap peas and I blanched them off in salted water. Okay, heavily salted, gray salt, of course. Okay, and I'm going to start that with our peas right on the bottom here. Okay, the beautiful vibrancy. When we're blanching, it really locks in all the chloroform inside the green vegetables. You boil it heavily salted water, then you shock it right away in an ice bath, and then you bring it back up to temp. Okay, then we have a beautiful mixture here. I took the oxtail meat off of the bone, and then I sauteed it with a little brunoise of carrot. Finished it with a little white truffle oil. It's got garlic in there, and it's beautifully complements the peas and the gravy that's there. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of that right on top. Okay, and now I'm going to top that off with a little quenelle of white truffle mashed potatoes. Okay, and the quenelle is basically you take your spoons, and it's a three-sided, you see people doing this with desserts a lot, with ice cream. Okay, It's just a three-sided formation with the potatoes, okay? I'm going to put that right on top. There we go. Get in there. Okay. And now what we're going to do is, it's a very rich meat. It's very, very rich in flavor, fat content, something to balance out. So what I did is in brown butter, I braised a couple of figs here, which are a really nice accompaniment. The sweetness will really cut through to the savoriness of the meat. And we got that right there. Okay. And then what I want to do is just finish it off with Infusion's 3-pepper chutney, which is a condiment that we use on just about everything. It is so versatile, it goes so well. Right on top there. And then I have a little microgreen salad that I'm going to put in with a little cilantro vinaigrette. Okay. Very, very simple. Okay. Right on top. For a little more color, we're going to add a little of our cilantro vinaigrette around. And a couple of chives. Right there. And there we have it. Deconstructed oxtail shepherd's pie infusion way. Enjoy, guys. Now for the entree portion of the Oxtail Challenge. What we did here is we did a take on the traditional Italian dish ossobuco, which is usually made with a veal shank. We did it with the oxtail. And what I did was I took white truffle mashed potatoes infused with some bacon. Okay, and we're doing a little southwestern twist on there because we're all about fusion. This one actually I learned from working with Bobby Flay. This is a cilantro pesto. We're just going to add to the mashed potatoes and very carefully and easily just swirl it in slightly like that. Okay, and we're going to start plating this up. Okay, now we put in the cilantro pesto in the potatoes, and I plated that up here. And now we're going to take our beautiful oxtail, pretty much like an ossobuco, and we're going to plate that right next to the potatoes. The oxtail is so tender, it's falling off the bone. It is absolutely wonderful. Very rich and savory. I wish you could smell it. Okay, now what we did to keep in the tradition of a ossobuco, made a little gremolata infusion style. What I did is I took some microgreens, lemon zest, capers, a little cilantro infused oil, and a little lemon juice. And just put that right on top. It goes really nice. Okay. Then what we want to do is just a little more of the cilantro pesto right here. And we want that luscious gravy again. Now, remember, the gravy was made from the braising liquid of the oxtails. Like so. And just for a little sweetness, I'm going to add a little bit of balsamic vinegar around. And there we have it. Oxtail Challenge, ossobuco style, the infusion way.